What if the perfect game for a busy gamer wasn't about relaxation at all, but it was about getting a one shot to plan something perfectly, execute it, and be done? I've spent serious hours across all three Hitman games bundled into the world of Assassination, and I've got a verdict on whether the whole trilogy is still worth picking up in 2026. And let's get into it. What is up, everyone? I am F5 Dad. I've been gaming since 1980. I am still trying to squeeze it in at 4 a.m. before the family wakes up. And here's going to be my honest take on Hitman World of Assassination. So, when you think about Hitman World of Assassination, let's talk about what you're actually buying. So, here's the pitch. It's all three modern Hitman titles rolled into a single package with every location from all three games playable from one unified menu. Fashion shows, private islands, mansion parties, entire small towns. Every location is going to be dense with detail. NPCs going about scripted routines in multiple ways that you can get the job done. To give you a sense of scale, you're talking about locations can generally take you 30, 40 minutes to fully explore just wandering around before you even touch your actual target. A Paris fashion show packed with hundreds of unique NPCs, a sprawling Italian coastal town with shops, cafes, and a whole side plot going on if you pay attention. A private island resort where half the fun is just figuring out who's among the guests, a Colorado militia compound, a slum stacked vertically with rooftops and alleyways. This game is not a handful of small maps stitched together. Each one is going to be a genuine standalone piece of level design that most games will build an entire mission structure around. And here, you're going to get dozens of them in simply one bundle. When you think about the Hitman series, the core gameplay loop is actually pretty deceptively simple. You're dropped into a location with a target, and how you get to them is going to be entirely up to you. Disguises are going to let you blend into different roles, a waiter, guard, mechanic, whatever the location is going to call for, and each disguise is going to open and close different doors, literally and figuratively. You can go loud, but the game generally is going to reward patience and observations far more than any type of aggression that you might take. What makes this game so special is that every location is basically a living clock. NPCs will follow routines, conversations trigger specific opportunities, and if you just stand still and watch for a few minutes, you're going to start noticing windows of opportunity that you may have walked right past. I've had missions where I spent 15 minutes just observing before making a single move, and that patience is exactly what pays off. This is not going to be a twitch reflex shooter. It's going to be closer to a stealth chess match. You're not going to be reacting fast. You're basically going to think carefully before any action is truly done. I remember one run where I overheard two guards talking about a broken generator, and that one throwaway line ended up being the key to an entire assassination plan. Sabotage the generator, wait for the electrician to show up to fix it, take his uniform, walk right into a restricted area that nobody else could access. None of this is going to be scripted as a mission objective. It's just sitting there in the open world waiting for you to notice it. Another great thing about the Hitman series is every single level design is a puzzle box. I want to actually dig into why the level design does hold up so well, because it is the real backbone of this whole package. Each location has what the game calls mission stories, semi scripted opportunities you can stumble into or follow deliberately, each one leading to a different, often elaborate way to take out your target. One location might let you poison a drink, rig a stage light to fall, sabotage a car, or just walk in disguised as a member of the target's own security detail. And that's before you even start experimenting on your own outside of anything the game explicitly is going to point you towards. There's also a mastery progression system tied to each location specifically. The more you play a level, the more starting points, tools, and unlocks you get to access for that particular map. It's smart design choice because it's going to reward you for revisiting locations rather than always chasing something new. And it will slowly turn familiar maps into your own personal playground where you know every shortcut and every guard rotation. By the time you've unlocked a location's full mastery track, you can start a mission already disguised, already carrying the exact tool you need, dropped right next to your target. The same level that took you 40 minutes first time can be a 5-minute flawless execution once you've truly learned it. If you didn't notice, my last couple videos were based around more relaxation type games that kind of fit that dad gamer lane. Now, I am going to be upfront. This is not a relaxation game the way the Hunter or American Truck Simulator was. This is a puzzle box, not a chill out sim, but here's why it still earns a spot in that dad lane. Every mission is fully self contained. You can complete an entire assassination, planning, execution, extraction in a single setting, often in 20 to 30 minutes. There's no cliffhanger forcing you to keep going, no massive open world demanding hours of your evening. You will get a complete, satisfying loop that's going to respect your available time. And because each level supports dozens of different approaches, you can revisit the exact same location a week later and have an entirely different experience. That replayability means you're not burning through content. You're mining the same handful of levels for genuinely new experiences over and over, which is a huge value proposition if your gaming hours are limited and unpredictable. I've gone back to locations I haven't touched in months and still found entirely new mission stories that I just simply never triggered when I was playing it before. The game also offers escalation contracts and elusive targets, so beyond the main campaign missions, there's a generally surprising amount of extra structure layered on top to keep things fresh long term. Two more modes worth knowing about specifically because they stretch the core formula into different directions. Escalation contracts take a single location and layer increasingly specific and difficult objectives on top of each other across multiple tiers. Elusive targets are going to be a different beast. These are one shot missions where you get exactly one attempt, no saves, no retries, and historically, they've rotated through a live schedule. If you fail or the target escapes, that's it. The opportunity is gone, although I'm fairly certain it does reset after 30 minutes, so you will get to try it again. So let's talk about the three games in the bundle. Since you are getting all three games at once, it's worth talking about how they stack up against each other. The first game in the trilogy laid the groundwork, smaller roster of locations, but each one is a genuine classic at this point. Still, some of the best level design in the whole package. The Paris fashion show and the Italian coastal town both came from this entry, and honestly, they still hold up against anything added since. The second entry expanded the scale significantly, adding some of the most sprawling, densely populated locations in the series, including a couple of the maps that actually going to feel like small cities that you can lose yourself in. The third and final entry tightens the pacing, includes some of the most visually stunning and clever levels of the whole trilogy. There's, in fact, a level built around a moving vehicle that is honestly probably one of the most memorable pieces of level design I've experienced in any stealth game. If you're going to buy the bundle, you're not getting two great games and one mediocre one, propping up the whole package. All three are going to hold up, which makes the whole trilogy purchase feel pretty justified rather than padded. When it comes down to Hitman World of Assassination, here's going to be my final verdict. Hitman World of Assassination is a pretty excellent value for a busy mom, dad, or basically any type of gamer, even though I will point out it's not the relaxation pick some of my other recent verdicts have been. But what I can tell you is you're going to get three full games, dozens of dense sandbox locations, a replayability ceiling that's honestly higher than almost anything else that I've ever covered on my channel, escalation contracts, and a pretty deep freelancer mode that's going to keep giving you new reasons to come back to the game. Look, skip worrying about the story, plan around the live service extras, and if your schedule doesn't allow for them, you know what? Just enjoy the core sandbox. That's where this trilogy is going to earn every bit of its reputation. If I had to sum all this up, why it earns a spot on the channel, despite maybe not fitting, that relaxation mode, it's going to be this. Some games are going to ask you to basically switch your brain off. Some might ask you to switch it on in a way that basically is going to make you still feel good after a very long day. This is going to be firmly the second kind. Honestly, there are some nights that's exactly what I'm basically in the mood for. A puzzle that you can actually finish before you go to bed or maybe first thing in the morning. It does have a genuine sense of accomplishment at the end of it. It is kind of like its own relaxation, especially when you kind of assassinate the target you might have been tracking for, 10, 20, maybe even 30 minutes. This game is a Easy recommend. It is one of the best bang for your buck bundles on basically the Epic Game Store. I think you can get it on Steam. Either way, just find the bundle. It is Hitman World of Assassination, and you're not going to go wrong with this one. So I do want to thank everybody who made it to the end of the video. Look, if you're a dad, mom, or basically any type of gamer at this point, and if you're looking for something that's going to reward patience over reflexes, subscribe to the channel. I am trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, guys, so any help is going to be greatly appreciated. Also, ring that bell because you're going to find new, honest verdicts every Tuesday and Saturday. I'm also looking to do a live game session believe it or not, at 4 a.m. On the weekends. Right now, I'm still trying to troubleshoot and set things up, but that is something I am looking forward to, and I hope everybody else is going to look forward to it. And also, post down in the comments, what is your favorite location when it comes to Hitman? As obviously the game offers a ton of variety. I also would try and read every single comment that is written down there. And with that, guys, click F5, reset, reload. I am F5 Dad, and I'll see you on that next video.